Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Election day is upon us. Somebody, actually it's Sunday, so we got 2 days. Somebody was asked me about if I was going to do an election day video and what my thoughts are about voting. Well, you see, it's kind of funny because I've gone all over the gamut, run the gamut. I've almost always voted, but the thing is, I know it's kind of a joke. The system's rigged. As Ringer would say, if I remember correctly, says, if you keep voting, you just encourage them. I mean, you vote for the fat devil, you vote for the skinny devil, you're still voting for the devil. Doesn't really matter. Not in most cases. Maybe there might be a candidate out there that's worthy of the vote, but for most part, it's ridiculous. I mean, here in the great state of Oregon, DeFazio is probably going to win by a landslide. He's been the congressman for who knows how many decades. Too many. But, people love him. Why do they love him? Oh, look at all the great things he's done for the state. Look at all these funds. People, don't you realize that when your congressman and your senator brings funds, puts funds in your community, in your state, what they've done is they've come to you, they put a gun to your head, they do it every payday, they take money from you, and then they give it back to you, and they want you to thank them. And you fools go out there and thank them. It's just, it's lunacy. It's lunacy. I mean, if I were to come up to you every payday, put a gun to your head and say, hey, give me 30% of your paycheck, you'd be screaming bloody murder. You want me behind bars. But when the government does it, oh, you praise them. I mean, I know probably not people watching this video, but you probably have friends, maybe even family that do. It's totally ridiculous. But then it's, oh, but we need taxes. We need taxes for this. We need taxes for that. What about the roads? What about the schools? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, you know what? I live out here on the county road. It's gravel for the last couple of miles. Hey, I'm more than willing to fork out my share to maintain the road. I don't have a problem with that. I use the road, every time I leave here and come back. I got no problem with that, paying for my stretch of the road. None at all. But I do have a problem paying for schools. I don't have any kids. I don't have any kids in school. Why should I have to pay for them? I have a problem with that. But that's just personal. But the whole thing is, the whole system is just flawed from the get-go. And the thing is, if you buy into any part of it, then you can never, you've got to come back to get back on the right road. You see, if you ask the wrong question, even if you get the right answer, it's still wrong because you asked the wrong question. So it's just like for voting, I mean, yeah, you should vote. I mean, sometimes there's ballot measures that you actually do, affect the law. But in most cases, they're written in such a way that you lose no matter which way you vote. And if you don't vote, some people say, well, you can't complain. It's just like, well, I used to think that way. I don't necessarily think that way anymore. It's just that so many people are disgusted with the system. Why waste their time? I mean, in a way, that's the sensible thing to do. I mean, Einstein would say that. He'd go, hey, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect different results, you're loony. So the people that say, you know what, I keep voting the same result, do I think it's going to change? No. So they just say, forget it. So I really can't fault them. I really can't. I mean, how can you when you think about it? Maybe they're the sane ones. But, I've already cast my ballot. I know probably in vain. Probably DeFazio is going to win again in a couple more years under his rule. And people, it's funny. You look on his Facebook page, he's out there. All these little photo ops. Oh, he's having lunch with community people. It's just like, it just makes me sick that people fall for this crap. And the thing is, the politicians do it because it works. If it didn't work, they would quit doing it. So, once again, by voting, we encourage these guys. It's a catch-22, really. I mean, somebody really needs to hit the reset button, or as Prince said, this country needs an enema, to paraphrase Prince. So, really, I mean, I hope that answers your question, my beliefs and thoughts about voting. I mean, It's just one of those things. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So the best thing to do is, do the best you can for you and yours. Live life, as best you can the way you want to. Keep a roof over your head, keep warm in the winter, cool in the summer, clothes on your back, gas in the tank. I mean, you just have to get by day. It's just that simple. Because as far as, maybe affecting big change, well, crusades, Ringer wrote a whole chapter about crusades. And it's kind of like, do you really want to spend your whole life crusading? I make these videos maybe once or twice a week now. Put my 2 cents out there for posterity. Maybe somebody will read it. Hopefully it's affected a couple people in positive ways. I've got some comments. Thanks again for watching and listening. And so, it motivates me to continue on. But as far as some big crusade, I'd rather just stay up here on the hill by my lonesome and enjoy life. I mean, really. So when it comes to voting, my fellow Americans, you just have to wake up and smell the tyranny.